Well, first of all, we idolize Mahatma Gandhi, and therefore there is prohibition in the state of Gujarat. And if they also idolize Mahatma Gandhi, then they should be telling us whether in Gujarat the Aam Aadmi Party, and I'm asking this of the original spokespersons, if they feel the policy that they implemented was so good and such a world-class excise policy, is that the policy that they want to implement in Gandhi's Gujarat? Look, from Swaraj to Sharab, from India against corruption to protection, defense and celebration of corruption, this entire political transformation and the political conversion of the Aam Aadmi Party is in front of all of us. And I think they are more of descendants of Abdul Latif, the infamous bootlegger in Gujarat, rather than who functioned during the Congress period, than the descendants of Bhagat Singh ji. Because let me tell you, during the peak of COVID wave, instead of planning to cut down the fees of children in schools, they were increasing the children's fees in schools and in educational institutions, and at the same time they were giving windfall gains to the thekedars of Sharab in Delhi. You remember the kind of 144 crore waiver they gave, the kind of 2 to 12% commission that they increased, the kind of waiver they gave in terms of increasing the licensing period. 30 crore EMD was allowed to be refunded, and at the time when the manufacturing companies and the blacklisted companies could not come into this trade, they allowed them to come into this trade. They allowed them to open up a liquor vent in mohallas, more than two liquor vents in every mohalla. And when specific questions are being asked about this, instead of answering these specific questions, what do we say? That they play the victimhood card and they compare themselves with Bhagat Singh ji. But this is nothing surprising, Rahul. You remember they compared Tahir Hussain, who's facing charges, and charges have been framed against him by a court of law. They compared him to Kanha. Imagine a person who engineered the anti-Hindu riots in Delhi is compared to Kanha. Then they compared Satyendra Jain to Kattar Imandar and to Bhagat Singh ji. Satyendra Jain languishes in jail after 4 months, despite the fact that there is a high court order against him, there's a trial court order against him, there's no relief given to him. Okay. They propel half-truths about Satyendra Jain. He's still in jail. Vijay Nair, another key aide of Aam Aadmi Party, and Arvind Kejriwal, has not got any relief. If there is no evidence against them, if there is not an iota of evidence against them, rather than comparing themselves with Bhagat Singh ji, they should go to a court of law in which they must be having some faith and get the FIR quashed. Why haven't they got the FIR quashed from 17th of August to 17th of October? This is because they know that the courts of law themselves have not entertained any of these victimhood cards that they keep playing, and this permanent victimhood card that they keep pulling out instead of answering the specific questions itself shows that they have a lot to hide.
Let me bring in Piyush Joshi.